online retail has suddenly been of great interest to the Indian consumer. While that's a different debate, while we know that the Indian consumer is so interested in luxury today, let's discuss what is sort of fueling that interest. I think in the Indian context, at least, we have innovative stuff like financial schemes that tend to work, right? Let's ask you, Mr. Lumba, these financial schemes, are they truly doing enough for the consumer to be able to bridge that financial gap towards their favorite luxury brand?
Well, I think the people who actually run the luxury stores would probably be able to answer that question better. But
Wispy ran a scheme for, I think, Tag Heuer, didn't you?
You ran a scheme for Tag Heuer?
In a small sort of way. I would still say that financial schemes would more apply today to consumer durables. And so that would, it would be more towards cars,
they seem rather
buying of
successful
expensive
with jewelry
houses.
brands, I notice.
You know, I still feel that people are fairly conservative in India where debt is concerned. They still feel that it has to be repaid. You know, unlike in the West where sometimes a loan is taken as given for life. So as long as we operate with this belief, I think people will still be driven by their incomes, which will finally sort of, you know, decide on what aspiration level they can afford to have.
Retailers are obviously banking on the consumer psychology in this case. Right, Govind, you know, the retailers, when they look at their consumer today, and when you decide to place the brands that you do, again, something that Mr. Van was talking about, the choice of brands, the selection is very important. Definitely. How does a shopper stop, for example, make that distinction between the various levels of consumers walking in?
I think India has changed, India has evolved. And one defining line, if you ask me, is a simple Sita becoming a hep Geet and a traditional Ram becoming a modern Sam. So this is the defining moment for India. When 91 to 95, we started 91, but 95 was Indian economy's opening up. So imports started happening. A lot of things changed. New channels came in. So India got exposed to what was happening across the world. All kinds of changes that happened in the lifestyle. People started wanting to possess products. From possession of products, it's gone to brands. So selection of brands where you have, in terms of a customer, if you're targeting a SECA, would you have a Peter England in it? No. Would you have Wills in it? Yes. Would you have a CK in it? Yes. So it's a choice made based on the customer feedback, which we keep on capturing. The customers kept on telling us, we have moved in life, and you're still selling us the same product and the same brand. Why are you doing that to us? And that is where we went out and started talking to the Tommies of the world, Guess of the world, and got them into our store. Second revolution that we saw was, as women started working more and more, they started demanding personal products and cosmetics. So if you were retailing earlier Lakme or Maybelline, we bought in a Shiseido and Clarins, and recent times a MAC, a Estee Lauder, and a Clinique. That is really giving the democratization of fashion, making the fashion available to customers where they want it and where they can consume it. So this, I believe, is, again, as I mentioned earlier, it's a journey. And at the end of the day, India is always going to be a value market. And the most popular ad that actually keeps on talking about it is, "Kitna deti hai?" You see a plane, but you are still asking, "Kitna deti hai?" That's Indian philosophy. It's about value. It's about demanding the right deliverable out of it. But clearly speaking, one point I think we missed out was, what is luxury for any customer? Is it badge? Is it confidence? Is it quality? What is it? Is it arriving to the word that I have arrived now, showing it off to everyone? Or is it intrinsic to some people that this is my lifestyle? Right. So you'll find different kinds of customers out there. You can't satisfy all of them together. And to satisfy few of them, you have to be very choosy in the kind of brand selection and the kind of price points that you operate. Right.